Hey friends, it's Mrs. Sutton. I'm not in class today, but I wanted to make sure that we went over the answers to the unit study guide. So go ahead and get out your study guide. Sorry about the noise. That's my parakeets chirping in the back. And let's go over those answers. You guys ready? You can pause this if you're not ready. Okay, the first question is Bradford has 12 baseball cards. Which equation proves that he has an even amount of baseball cards? Now we know 10 plus 2 equals 12. But do those have even add-ins? Remember, the add-ins are the two numbers that we added together to get the answer. 9 plus 9 minus 6. That equals 12. But does that show that it's even? 3 plus 3 is 6. Plus 4 is 10. Plus 2 more. Oh, that equals 12. But does that show that 12 is even? No. But 6 plus 6 has 2 equal add-ins. So that is going to prove that it is even. So the correct answer is D. Which set? Oh, it says as, and it should say has. I made a typo. Which set has an odd number of smiley faces? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, 8's even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, 11 is odd. Because if I pair them up, I can pair those two together, 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 and then I have one left over. So that's what makes the number odd. Then I have 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Notice I looked through all of my answer choices. I didn't just stop at B, although I knew, oh yeah, that's an odd number, and moved on. I looked at all the answer choices because sometimes there are more than one correct answer. It'll usually say, pick the groups, like this one, number 3. Here's a good example. Which groups have an even number of snowflakes? So if I see that S on the end, that means that there's more than one. So there's more than one answer here. So I can't just find the first group that has even. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is 9 even or odd? That's right, odd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is 12 even or odd? That's right, even. Because once I put them together, 1, 2, that's a pair. 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 And 1, 2, that's a pair. There aren't any left over, so that means it's going to be even. But I can't just stop there because it says which groups. So that tells me that I bet there's another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Odd number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is an even number. So your correct answers are B and D. Let's keep going. Look at the box of gingerbread men. Use equal add-ins to write an equation that shows the total number of gingerbread. So the first thing I have to do is I have to count the gingerbread. How many gingerbread men are there? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 plus 4 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4 is 16. So I have to have an equal add-in. What does that word equal mean again? That's right. It means that it is the same amount. So I can't just write 10 plus 6, because those add-ins, those two numbers aren't the same number. They're not equal. That would be a 10 and a 6. So what two numbers could I have that equal 16? You got it. 8 plus 8 equals, 8 equals 16. Or I could even write 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 16. You could write either one of those for this equation because these addends are equal. It's the same number. I'm going to go ahead and put that. I thought that I had it in red, but I guess not. So either one of those. That shows a total number. Okay. All right. The picture below shows an even number of circles. Write an equation that would apply to the array and explain why it matches. So let's look at this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what would my equation be? So what equation can go with this array? That's right. You're going to write 6 plus 6 equals 12 because I have 2 rows of 6. All right, now it says write an equation that would apply to the array and explain why it matches. It matches because there are 2 rows of 6. So it's not just asking about what is the equation, but it's also asking why does it match? Why does it work? All right, so find 2 numbers that when added together will equal the number of the objects shown. So when you count up the hearts, how many hearts are there? That's right, 12. So could I write 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3? Wait. Whoops. Let me take away one of those 3's. Could I write it like this? That is a repeated addition sentence, and it does equal 12, but what's wrong with it? That's right. It said find 2 numbers that when added together. So what are the 2 numbers when added together match this? That's right. 6 plus, 6 plus 6 are 2 numbers. So although 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12, you got to pay close attention to the words because it says find 2 numbers when added together equal 12. All right, let's look at this one. Is 56 an even or an odd number, and how do you know? Which place value do I look at to figure out if something's even or odd? That's right, the ones. So what digit is in the ones? 6 is in the ones. So that means 56 is even. And I know because I look at the ones place value, and 6 is an even number because if I were to draw out 6, each one would have a pair. All right, number 8. Finish this array. Write an equation that will go with the array. All right, so I'm going to finish the array first. So what I would have to do is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to add 4 and 5. And the equation that would go with this array is I have 5 and I have 3 rows of 5. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals how many circles all together? Good job. 15. All right, Brady and Isaiah are on a basketball team. If there were 10 players on the court playing ball, how many legs are on the court? Record an equation and explain how you got this answer. All right, so I might draw a picture to do this, or I might think of, well, how many legs does one person have? Oh my goodness. We have 2. So how many, if each person has 2 legs, then how many players are there? Ah, there's 10. So that's 1 player, 2 player, 3 players, 4 players, 5 players, 6 players, 7 players, 8 players, 9 players, and 10 players. So I'm going to count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So there are 20, and remember, we want it to be precise, mathematicians. 20, what are we counting? We're counting their legs. So 20 legs. So then when it says explain how I got this answer, I would say, well, I know that, or I would type this in, I know that one person has 2 legs and there's 10 people on the basketball court, so I have to add a 2 10 times. So my answer is 20. That's how I would explain it, but I would write that in words. I'm not going to write it in words right now just because it's hard to write with this little pencil, but that's what I would do if I was typing it out. All right, Adeline created a tally chart to record the number of balls she saw on the playground. Use the data to show what her tally chart looked like. Then use the tally chart to complete the bar graph. So it says that she saw 7 footballs. So right here where it says balls, you should have written football because that'll be the kind of ball that she saw. And like I said, it's kind of hard for me to write, just like it is sometimes for y'all on Seesaw. Football. How many footballs did you see? 7. So let's do 7 tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I cross over on 5, 6, 7. All right. How many, let's see, 8 soccer balls. So I'm going to write soccer right here. I want to make sure I label the kind of ball she saw. Soccer. Then 8 tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crossover on 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to make that one a little bit longer. All right. And then 4 tennis balls. So I'm going to write tennis right here in this box. Tennis. And again, we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll write 4 here. Now the next thing I have to do is create my graph. So I am going to do, let's see, I'll do football, and I have 7, so I'm going to color in 7 footballs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I try to make it as neat as I can. Soccer balls. How many soccer balls are there? That's right, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then tennis balls, how many were there? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.